JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off The Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And we don't need no ride to Suplex City. We're not going to Viperville. And we don't need no fucking championship to let you all know that we are Universal. Because is episode 128, part number 1 of the number 1 fucking podcast in your subscription box right here on YouTube.com. This is Off The Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, Friday. You're starting your weekends off. There's no better way to start your weekends off with Off The Script, man. Thank you guys so much. We got a lot of stuff to go over. I got news on Roman Reigns. I got news on several WWE superstars coming back to the WWE. Amongst other things we're going to talk about on this very podcast all weekend long. Like I said, I love each and every one of you. Thank you for all the continued love and support, man. We are on our way to 59,000 subscribers. It was literally just yesterday I hit 55, and we're already at 59, man. Thank you guys so much. Whether you hate me, you love me, you fucking can't stand me, but you're listening to me anyway. Thank you to everybody that's listening and thumbing up my videos, man. It's greatly appreciated. You guys are fucking kicking ass. Unbelievable so far. We're going to eclipse 60,000 right before SummerSlam in August, man. That means a lot to me. Anyway, we had a busy week. Monday Night Raw was fantastic. Smackdown Live was an absolutely fucking abysmal piece of shit. And the Cruiserweight Classic was the most underwhelming episode of the 3 weeks so far. We also had NXT. If you guys missed all of that, I went over every single show this week, and it's going to be like that for the rest of the year, man. I got time away from work, and that means more time for you guys and WWE content. Raw review, Smackdown review, Cruiserweight Classic, and NXT review Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. If you missed any of that, links will be down in the description below, as well as the annotation on the screen that you see in front of you in the top right corner of this video. Also, what that means is more time for the iTunes podcast to get uploaded. With the rebranding of Monday Night Raw and the new era officially beginning for the WWE following the draft, I myself have rebranded my Off The Script iTunes podcast. You are going to get news and rumors at the end of the weekend, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and I think I'm going to keep the NXT Cruiserweight Classic thing strictly on YouTube. I don't want to put too much up, because that really is not a review, man. There's really not much to review there. It's simply just going over the results. But as far as Monday Night Raw and Smackdown every Tuesday and Wednesday on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, AudioBoom, Google Play Music, and soon-to-be Blog Talk Radio, you guys can listen to extra content uploaded to my podcast. Monday Night Raw review and Smackdown live reviews on the go. So make sure you guys are following me on Podbean and subscribe to the iTunes podcast. If you're on iTunes, always, please leave a 5-star rating. Greatly helps out the podcast, and it's going to get the name of Off The Script and JD out there as quickly as possible, man. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed that for the first week. It's going to continue like that through the rest of the time, as long as I have time away and time off from work to give you guys extra content. If you guys want the merchandise, as always, barbershopwindow.com. Go to barbershopwindow.com. Link is down below. You're going to be taken right to the official online store of this very podcast, or if you're on the website browsing, just go to Wrestling T-Shirts. Drop-down menu will come down. You're going to see wrestling shirts and then official partners Off The Script. Roman Reigns, Big Show, and the Four Goons of Get Off My TV. Get Off My TV version 4 is coming very soon. Very soon. Before you blink, it will be here. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. And you got the Goon City t-shirt, and you got the original gray Off The Script logo t-shirt. Everything up there is for sale. $19.99 day. Do ship worldwide, internationally. So make sure you guys are getting your t-shirts to look good for the remainder of the summer. If you're attending these events in New York for SummerSlam, I know Solid Monster's holding I believe a meet and greet in Brooklyn SummerSlam weekend. So if you guys are going to any of that shit, make sure you got the Off The Script merchandise worn proudly to all these events, man. Patreon.com. Continue to pledge to the Patreon account, man. You guys are doing phenomenal with that. Unbelievable. If you guys want to go on there, read the mission statement. That's patreon.com/JD from NY206. You'll find out exactly what I'm doing, why I started it, why I am on YouTube to begin with. So make sure you guys go check that out. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. I am under the impression I am getting a Wrestle Crate this month, so hopefully we have a Wrestle Crate unboxing this weekend. 10% off if you guys want to go visit those guys over there, my friends over at Wrestle Crate. WrestleCrate.com, and on Twitter at WrestleCrate. They also operate out of the UK. Coupon code JD sent me for an instant 10% off. And as always, Twitter and YouTube at JD from NY206 on Twitter, and subscribe to the channel. I have no idea what the fuck you are waiting for to subscribe, man. Be one of the 59,000 subscribers who are a part of Team JD. Thank you guys so much for that. Now, let's get into the news and rumors for this weekend, man. Top story right now. WWE is done pushing Roman Reigns as the top guy for the time being. His push is being dispersed to other WWE talents. Recently, it was reported that Vince McMahon wasn't high or as high on Roman Reigns as he has been in the past. It was the violation of WWE's wellness policy that changed his mind. However, a lot of people wanted to know what that exactly meant. Well, Reigns has been pinned in the last 3 big matches that he's been in, and he's put over Dean Ambrose, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins, all in different matches. Roman Reigns' booking has changed dramatically over the past month, which is exactly what the WWE fans have wanted to see. But why have WWE officials changed their minds about booking Roman Reigns as the top guy? Well, according to Mr. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, WWE is removing Roman Reigns from top guy status for now. For the time being, WWE will focus on others while Reigns will do other things on the Raw roster. While it is uncertain if he will even participate in SummerSlam, which I believe he will. I don't think WWE is going to keep Roman Reigns off SummerSlam. That would be fucking retarded. We obviously see the move as punishment for the Samoan powerhouse. He doesn't need luck because, why the fuck not? Roman Reigns is Samoan. He was suspended for violating WWE's wellness policy a month ago, and the WWE took the world title off of him, but still allowed him to compete for the title in the main event of Battleground, a very sensitive subject amongst many in the YWC, IWC. I, for one, did not want Roman Reigns to be competing for a world championship, but listen, WWE did the right thing at the end of the day. He ate the pinfall by Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose won the match, retained the WWE championship, and pinned Roman Reigns with the dirty deed. So you really can't fault them for that. They wanted to go ahead with this triple threat match. They wanted it to be a spectacle. It was a great match. I love seeing all 3 men interact with one another. It was very well done, very well put together. You've seen some iconic moments there between all 3, reliving some of the past glory of when they were all in the Shield. You've seen all that mixed into this match, and it came out very good for a very good main event of Battleground. Like I said, WWE did the right thing and had Roman Reigns not only lose, but take the pinfall in the main event. Kudos to WWE. This move was seen as controversial, as fans wanted to see Reigns punished for the mistake. I understand that, but like I said, let bygones be bygones. Reigns was in the match. WWE did the right thing. A 30-day vacation is by no means a punishment, even if he was not paid for the month. He has a nice contract that would allow 11 other months of pay regardless. This is what Reigns supporters seem to be avoiding when mentioning this certain topic. Even if you hate the man, Reigns still does have the talent that WWE can use. The real issue is the locker room and their view of how people are punished or not punished. It would not be right for some to get the shaft while others do not, simply because of their name. And this is something that we discussed. And I'm going to bring up Brock Lesnar in a second. Clearly, WWE felt they had to do a Shield triple threat now because all three men won't be on the same brand maybe ever again. So we have to get this out of the way. This was WWE's mindset. They wanted to get it done at Battleground, and that's exactly what they did, which I don't really blame them, but I also don't understand it either. There could always be ways to work around this and maybe have inter-promotional type shit come WrestleMania, maybe a big Raw versus Smackdown match for WrestleMania. You know, that remains to be seen. They just did what WWE typically does. They rush. They want to get it out there because they have no fucking logic at all. They have no patience within the WWE. These higher-ups have no patience within the WWE. So they wanted to get it out there, and everybody agreed. I thought it would be best if this match took place at SummerSlam as well. The draft itself felt like an entirely rushed project. The draft really didn't have to happen after Battleground. It didn't have, or before Battleground, I should say. It didn't have to happen after Battleground. You could have did it after SummerSlam. You honestly could have waited, and it would have been the same thing. But WWE, like I said, wanted to rush. So they wanted to get it out of the way because of all three men not being on the same brand when they completed the draft, okay? All will be in the top positions on their shows anyway, exclusively. This is why they may have felt they had no alternative but to do the match despite the suspension, which did expire before the event anyway. Now that it's over, Roman Reigns is seeing the real punishment. While we can assume the issue with Reigns will be used as some sort of redemption angle, it does bring us to an interesting situation. WWE is not using Reigns as the top guy for now, and the position very well could be open to someone who can manage to step up and prove that they're worthy. While Seth Rollins is certainly someone most think right now off the top of their head, you could also make the case for Finn Balor as well. He's new to the main roster, but he's been killing it for some time in NXT and around the world for many years. You could also make a case for Dean Ambrose, the current WWE champion who has been loved by the crowd for years now. In fact, he's only grown in popularity the last few months and does have the top prize within the WWE, which is the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. All of this being said, WWE will probably still bring Roman Reigns back to the top at some point in the near future. However, if someone could stand out while he's out of the loop, that could result in that person taking Reigns' spot. We can also expect Reigns to be a main eventer even still, as he does have a use for the WWE for sure. This does not mean he will be at the top of the company, though. Things could get very interesting in the WWE as the months go on. Speaking of Finn Balor, this was discussed in rumors, and, you know, a lot of the time when we talk about news and rumors, most of this shit does not come true. Dave Meltzer has been reporting it that Roman Reigns and his push could be diminished for someone like a Finn Balor, someone coming up from NXT that has a clean slate. And I want to tell you guys, and everybody that's a fan of Roman Reigns, I know you agree with me on this. You cannot be this thick-headed. Roman Reigns fucked this up for himself. And I'm listening to the Solid Monster earlier in the week, and I had no idea that WWE has a website for the WWE wellness policy. And on this website, they have banned substances per category. Now, if you're a WWE superstar, I'm pretty sure with some common sense and some logic, as you are a performer, that you would visit this website frequently as you put things in your body that you might not know of. You look at this website and you realize, you look at the ingredients on the bottle, okay, the ingredient here, I don't understand what it means, I don't understand what it says, let me look on the website, and boom, you'll see if it's a banned substance. WWE gave this option to their superstars so that they can monitor themselves in a professional way and make sure that they stay out of trouble per WWE's wellness policy. Roman Reigns did not do anything like that. He did no such thing. So the only one here to blame, and I had no idea of that website, Roman Reigns is to blame here. It's not WWE's fault. It's not the fans' fault. You know, WWE is to blame for Roman Reigns and the way he's been cared for and the way that he's been pushed on WWE TV and the way that he's been portrayed. The fans know this is a crock of shit. They know this is not the way this guy is supposed to be portrayed. They want to see a different Roman Reigns. They want to see him in a different situation than the current one that he's in now. People want to hate him. People always talk about Eva Marie. Eva Marie has to embrace the hate. WWE portrays her everywhere. She's on Instagram. She's on Total Divas. When you're flaunting yourself all over the place on social media and you're on Total Divas in the spotlight, that's not a heel. WWE portrays Eva Marie as some type of beauty pageant winner, and she's the fucking face of the women's division because she's all over the place, and she's modeling, and she's in bikinis and photo shoots, and she's making smoothies on Instagram, and she's dieting, and she's eating right, and she's fan-friendly. That's not a heel. So when you talk about Eva Marie embracing the hate, she needs to come out on my TV and embrace the hate. She needs to be a heel. Roman Reigns needs to do the same thing. I don't give a shit how many fans in India he has. I don't give a shit how many young children idolize this man. I don't give a shit how many posters that he made, that he's plastered all over bedrooms across the United States. I don't give a shit. Roman Reigns needs to be portrayed as a heel, and he needs to come off as a heel. WWE fucked up in that aspect. We all know this. Roman Reigns fucked up on his own, and this is the reason why the vanilla midget, Finn Balor, is being pushed. Now, for everybody that says Finn Balor is not exciting, Finn Balor doesn't deserve it, why are you all for Finn Balor now when Dolph Ziggler won the WWE Championship match at SummerSlam on Smackdown? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. See, Dolph Ziggler was a potential WWE champion 2.5, 3 years ago. Not anymore. Dolph Ziggler has shown us nothing as to why he should be in the main event of SummerSlam. Finn Balor, not only with his resume from New Japan and all over the world where he's wrestled, he's shown you exactly what he's capable of and why he deserves a shot in the WWE for what he did in NXT. No drugs, no trouble, he can be trusted, he's great in the ring, he's great with the fans love him, he's marketable. All of this, you roll this up into one package, and Finn Balor is your man. And I've been stating this for months. Finn Balor could be, if WWE wanted to strike now while the iron is absolutely scorching hot, Finn Balor could be the guy to be the face of this company. He could be someone to follow in Daniel Bryan's footsteps, being that Daniel Bryan can no longer ascend to the heights that we know he should have ascended to because he had to retire. Finn Balor can be the one to take Daniel Bryan's shoes and skyrocket to the face of the WWE, or the top spot in the WWE. No question. He can definitely be the one to replace John Cena. Everybody talking about his size, everybody talking about, oh, he's nothing but a vanilla midget, he's boring in the ring, he's not the same guy we used to know as Prince Devitt in New Japan. I don't give a shit. This is the WWE. They're going to operate under their own umbrella. Whatever this guy did in New Japan doesn't mean a flying fucking thing. It's meaningless. Nobody gives a shit. Okay? So for everybody saying Finn Balor's not the right guy, get off your high horse and fucking understand that we are in WWE now. This is a new Prince Devitt. This is another step in this man's career. Another chapter in the book of Prince Devitt. New Japan and the days of the Bullet Club are over. This is the WWE now. This is the Demon's time. This is the Demon Finn Balor. Finn Balor has all the fucking assets to become the face of the WWE. And I do agree with WWE, but I do agree with the WWE to give this guy a shot. Because Roman Reigns was their guy. He failed. He fucked it up for himself. And the main thing out of all this and the wellness policy failure is that he cannot be trusted. That doesn't mean the WWE is never going to give him the ball to run with again. That doesn't mean the WWE is not going to trust him ever again. He needs to work for it. He needs to work for it. So the WWE gave their man, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns' push, and they're going to see what he does with it. There's nothing wrong with switching the ball. There's nothing wrong with passing it to another wide receiver. At all. Roman Reigns took the ball and he fumbled it. He made a nice catch, He fumbled it at the 1 yard line, and now Finn Balor picked it up, and now he's running with it. Don't you people understand? What is so difficult to understand? Who else is there in the WWE? What other superstar in the WWE have they built up to take Roman Reigns' spot? Yes, Seth Rollins, definitely. Dean Ambrose is the WWE champion. He's on SmackDown. Talking about on Monday Night Raw. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is ready for the top spot. I firmly believe that. I think Kevin Owens is fantastic. You know, Cesaro deserves a shot. Definitely. You know, I don't know if he's WWE World Championship material, but he definitely deserves a shot. He deserves a shot to showcase what he is made of in the main event, for sure. But Finn Balor has worked so hard to get where he is right now. He was the face of NXT, and he passed with flying colors. And what you guys don't understand is that this is Triple H's boy. This is Triple H's boy. Balor is Team Triple H. Don't you get it that Finn Balor being on Monday Night Raw and winning the Fatal 4-Way and beating Roman Reigns and fighting Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for the WWE Universal Championship, don't you understand by pushing Finn Balor so hard already that it legitimizes not only what Triple H has done in NXT, but it legitimizes NXT as a brand? Look at the talent that Finn Balor is, and look what he did on Monday Night Raw, and look how they pushed him, and look where he's going. SummerSlam against Seth Rollins to crown a new WWE Universal World Heavyweight Champion. That legitimizes NXT. That gives NXT the aura of, you know what? This is our breeding ground. NXT needs to be taken seriously. NXT is where the future begins. Look at Finn Balor. Look at Kevin Owens. Look at Neville. Look at Sami Zayn. Neville needs to be treated a little bit better, but you guys get my point. It legitimizes not only what Triple H has done to revitalize the NXT brand when it was nothing but a fucking game show on the Sci-Fi Network, and now look at what it has become. WWE's most popular brand. In fact, it is the B brand. Monday Night Raw will always be the A brand by default because it is Monday Night Raw. NXT is the B brand. As far as I'm concerned, SmackDown is at the lowly C level. C brand. So you guys have to understand that Roman Reigns, for the time being, is done. It's done for Roman Reigns. He fucked up. He fucked up. Balor is now that wide open wide receiver. He grabbed the ball, he caught it, and he's running. Slowly, but he's running towards the touchdown. Finn Balor is not going to drop the ball. He's not going to fumble. Finn Balor is a guy that is not going to fuck this up because he understands where he came from and what he's been through, what it takes to get to the top. Roman Reigns is not deserving, and people understand this because he comes from a lineage of a Samoan family dynasty who has been handed literally everything because of who they are and where they came from. People don't respect that. From what I see, people don't respect that, and people don't want to associate with someone like that. We are in an age of WWE where people want to see superstars work their ass off to entertain us, and we want to let the WWE know as a voice who we love and who we hate. We want to appreciate the hard work, and we want to boo the villains because of their villainous acts. We want a simple WWE. We want an old school feel to WWE. We're tired of the Hogans. We're tired of the Cenas. We're tired of the Reigns. Okay? We're tired. We're tired of it all. Finn Balor and Dean Ambrose and guys like Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn represent what it takes and the hard work that it takes to get to the WWE, to the top of the WWE. Roman Reigns, as a top guy, is done. And deservedly so. I'm not saying that Roman Reigns is never going to be the WWE champion again, but he only has himself to blame. At the end of the night, when he's fucking looking at himself in the mirror before bed and he's brushing his teeth, Roman Reigns only can look at himself to blame for this entire mess. Trust goes a long way. Vince McMahon, running a multi-billion-dollar company, gave this man the WWE Championship, the fucking crown jewel of this entire company. And he fucked it up because he was not mindful of what the policy was. Punishment needs to come down. And the same thing should happen to Brock Lesnar. Now, Brock Lesnar is a different situation. Brock Lesnar is a different situation. He's part-time. WWE has stated, and this is completely fucking bullshit, that Brock Lesnar is exempt from the wellness policy violation because of what he did outside of the WWE. He failed a USADA drug test, and he failed 2 UFC-administered drug tests, and that does not matter to the WWE. So what does that mean to the locker room? Just exactly what I said about Roman Reigns. Lesnar can do whatever he wants because he's Brock Lesnar. He has the name recognition. His name is Lesnar. He's making $6 million a year in WWE, and he can walk in and walk out and do whatever the fuck he wants. Doesn't matter who he is. He can get away with whatever the fuck he wants. That's bullshit. That's completely fucking bullshit. Everybody in that locker room who's a newcomer, everybody in that locker room who is training in NXT, who's trying to work their way up to the WWE, and trying to get there through genuine hard work. Once upon a time, I'm pretty sure they looked up to Brock Lesnar. They idolized Brock Lesnar. They were a fan, or still are a fan, of Brock Lesnar. And they see this type of thing, and they see this political bullshit going on, and all because his name is Brock Lesnar, and he works 20 dates a year. He can walk into the WWE, walk out of the WWE, go into the UFC, make $8 million for one fucking fight with pay-per-view buys and merchandise and ticket sales all mixed into one, right? Beats Mark Hunt, easy, 3 rounds, 1, 2, 3. Fails 2 UFC-administered drug tests issued by the USADA, and then he comes back into the WWE, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. WWE takes a cheap shot at him through Randy Orton at Battleground. No substance required, right? This is what WWE is doing to themselves. They're embarrassing themselves, as well as they're embarrassing their wellness policy. They're shitting all over their wellness policy. So what that means to everybody is that Lesnar can come into the WWE, inject himself with whatever the fuck he wants, right? And then go to the UFC and try and cover it up by using estrogen blockers, and come back to the WWE after being nailed with a fucking failure of a test. Come back and just go right back on the juice. He's not going to be banned. He's not going to be suspended. He's not going to be fined. Going to walk right into SummerSlam, make his pay-per-view money, beat Randy Orton, and then go about his business because he's Brock Lesnar. What does that show the rest of the roster? It means if anybody else, not named Brock Lesnar, who's on the road 300 days per year in the WWE, if they get caught doing something with an estrogen blocker, it's done. They're suspended. If they're in the midst of a push, their push is done. If they're a champion, their championship is stripped. And you're done. You're losing a month's pay. Everything about your status in the company takes a massive, massive blow. Brock Lesnar walks through fire unscathed. It's not right. It is completely not right. And I love Lesnar. I respect Lesnar. I appreciate the athlete that Lesnar is. I enjoy watching Lesnar. I've been supporting Lesnar for fucking years. I cannot support that. Honestly, I think Lesnar, again, like Reigns, fucked it up for himself. Fucked it up for himself because Lesnar knew, before all of this was even announced that he would be at UFC 200, he knew, up here, before everybody else, that he wanted to be back in the UFC. So why did he continue to inject himself with PEDs and use illegal substances? I don't get it. He fucked it up for himself. He potentially put his career in the UFC at risk with a 2-year ban. UFC might not even let him back in the fucking company ever again. Lost all that money. For what? For what? To look good in front of a WWE audience? For PEDs? HGH? Whatever the fuck he's been injecting in his body? I can't appreciate that, man. I can't respect that. It's wrong. And Lesnar, yes, like Reigns, should be punished. He should be punished. Absolutely. No question. It's not right. Not right. Where does Roman Reigns go from here? Being that he lost to Finn Balor, the last thing that we heard from Roman Reigns is that's a good kid. And when he wins and beats Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, I'm going to be waiting because I want another shot. That's exactly what he said after his loss to Finn Balor. So, my mindset is, what does WWE do with Roman Reigns? And this is completely off the top of the dome, off the top of my head. I really don't see anything in WWE for Roman Reigns to do. In fact, if Roman Reigns is done as the top guy, for at least the next couple of months, he should be putting over young talent. And what I have in mind, I want to see what you guys think of. I would like to see a feud between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. I think that would be fantastic. I would love to see Sami Zayn go over Roman Reigns. What about Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns for SummerSlam. What about that? You know? But I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are probably going to have another match, being that they're on the same brand. I brought up the idea 2 weeks ago of a loser leaves WWE stipulation, or a loser leaves Raw stipulation, and the other one goes to SmackDown. They could do that. There's nothing about that that's incredibly far-fetched to the point where it cannot happen. I've been mentioning this for 2-3 weeks now. I think that would be great. For SmackDown to get either Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, that would be a fucking huge boost. I would love to see that. And SmackDown could definitely use one of their services. Honestly. Or, my favorite one out of them all, what about Roman Reigns in a feud with Rusev? What about Roman Reigns in a United States Championship feud with Rusev? Rusev has been pushed very decently. He's been pushed very decently the last couple of months. And he's not quite there yet, and it's going to take a long time to rehabilitate Rusev's push from what they did to him. As soon as he lost that United States Championship to John Cena, I think Rusev went on a fucking miserable run and was at the bottom of the barrel in WWE. So a feud with Roman Reigns could potentially work, because I do think they have very good chemistry together. We've seen them go toe-to-toe, head-to-head, one-on-one in the past, and it's always been exciting. It's always been exciting. I remember one Monday Night Raw that they did, and I believe this was the time when the Shield was still around. And it might have been in the early stages when Reigns was on his own, but it was Roman Reigns versus Rusev. And I forgot where the Monday Night Raw was, but the crowd was fucking electric. It was so hot. It was so hot. The crowd was going crazy. Two young studs in the ring. This is when Rusev was a fucking beast. That's what you need to do. That's what WWE needs to do and work on. Build Rusev back to an unstoppable monster with the United States Championship. Rusev versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for the United States Championship. You got 4 weeks to build to a decent match. It could work. I would like to see it. And at SummerSlam, why don't you have Roman Reigns drop a match to Rusev? Put over Rusev. That would be an incredible fucking boost of momentum for Rusev. Let me know what you guys think about that. I like it. Hopefully WWE does right by Roman Reigns. Continue to punish him, because something like this, especially coming off of being the WWE Champion, needs to be punished. It needs to be punished. Everybody needs to see. Listen, you want to fucking do this? Now we're going to take this guy who everybody idolized and make him an example, and he needs to be continued to be made an example out of. I like that idea. Rusev, Reigns, United States title, accolade, Roman Reigns taps. Let me know what you guys think about that. Moving on here, Melina, close to signing a deal for a WWE return. There have been many rumors about former WWE superstars returning to the company. As you guys know, Shelton Benjamin is coming back to SmackDown. Can't wait to see what WWE does with him. He has all the makings of a main event talent. I loved Shelton Benjamin when he was in the WWE for his first run, multi-time Intercontinental Champion. I would love to see them treat Shelton Benjamin the way he should have been treated in the WWE for round number 2, man. Going to be very exciting to see. So, the WWE bringing back returning superstars to the company to help with roster depth as the brand extension finds its legs. However, for all the former WWE superstars that have been rumored, there have been very few former WWE divas that have been mentioned for a WWE return. According to a rumor from various sources, including one from CageSideSeats.com, out of all the WWE superstars that have been mentioned and are rumored to return to the WWE, it is former diva Melina who is the closest to signing a new deal. Melina is rarely mentioned on WWE programming, but she remains one of the most accomplished female wrestlers in WWE history and an obvious choice for a return to the company. She would be valuable in the ring for either Raw or SmackDown. The question, though, would be if WWE wants to help the young talent of SmackDown or become a top contender for the Women's Championship on Monday Night Raw. Where does Melina fit into the equation of WWE, Raw or SmackDown? Potential feuds with Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Eva Marie. Don't know why she's mentioned. Please get the fuck off of my off-the-script notes. And several others who would all be possible if she were to return. Melina's legacy is intact, but working with a new generation could add a lot to her legacy. Melina's experience in the ring would make her a valuable asset to both Raw and SmackDown in the current women's division. Since her main goal would be to help the next generation of women in WWE, she could work with almost anyone as a face or a heel, which would make her an invaluable part of the division to help cement the new era in WWE. For example, Melina would be a great asset to Monday Night Raw. The new WWE Women's Champion Sasha Banks would benefit a great deal from a program with Melina. Nia Jax could also gain a lot of momentum as a dominant heel after gaining victories over someone with Melina's accolades. Charlotte, Paige, and other women of Raw would be elevated by working with Melina as well. SmackDown could end up being the better fit for her since the women's roster of that brand is filled with fresh faces from NXT that could use the experience of working with someone like Melina. I agree with that. One name is Eva Marie, who could gain a lot of real heat after proving she can hang with one of WWE's best. She can't even hang her fucking coat at the end of a rainy day. Fuck that. Give me a break. Eva Marie hanging? Hanging off what? Hang off a fucking balcony and do yourself a favor, please. And the chance to learn through experience would be a great deal for her. The history with Natalya could also be rehashed, and Becky Lynch could be an interesting feud for Melina as well. The point is, there are many ways that WWE could be valuable, or Melina could be valuable to the women's division and the WWE product that isn't surprising that WWE is negotiating with her for a return to the company. If Melina does end up re-signing with the company, it could inspire more former WWE divas to return to help make the current women's division the greatest in WWE history. I think going to SmackDown would probably benefit Melina more. They need it because you're going to have -1 off the women's roster from there because Eva Marie, to me, is not a women roster addition. She's awful. So you got 5 women on the roster. Adding Melina would be an incredible boost to the women's division on SmackDown. I think that would be the best fit for her. Maybe Johnny Mundo comes back, man. I don't know. You know, maybe WWE is really going to negotiate with Johnny Mundo. I believe Johnny Mundo just lost the Trios Championship in Lucha Underground. He was part of that Trios Championship there. And he could very well, you know, I don't know when his contract is up, but he could very well come back to the WWE. He would be a fantastic fit for SmackDown. That would be unbelievable, Johnny Mundo on SmackDown. Johnny Morrison back in WWE. But I like this move, Melina back in WWE. I found this news article today. I had no idea about this during the week. And it's Friday right now. And it's unbelievable. I like that WWE's going out there and trying to get old talent, you know, talent that really is still relevant. Melina, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, Kurt Angle hopefully coming back. There's news and rumors about Jeff Hardy this weekend. WWE making strides to bolster their rosters. And Broken Matt Hardy even went out on Twitter or an interview recently and said that he would love to fight one-on-one with Bray Wyatt. I would love to see that match. I think that would be absolutely the best feud of the year if it happened. Broken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. WWE trying to make their rosters the very best that it could be following the WWE draft, and I'm glad that they're making strides to at least bolster their rosters, because right now, Monday Night Raw gave us one show, you know? It was great. Can they keep that up? I don't know. WWE and Monday Night Raw have this stigma about them that they cannot hold a winning streak, and I said on Monday Night Raw review that this is going to be an ideal time to keep all eyes on the company. You have to dissect what they're going to do. Week 2, Week 3, Week 4, leading into SummerSlam. Can they keep it up? The next few shows are going to be the most important. They needed to come out and hit a home run. They needed to come out and give you a great first impression. Something that SmackDown did not do. Hopefully SmackDown can regain some momentum in week number 2 of SmackDown Live. I hope so. I hope so. We got American Alpha. We have a World Championship match that we now have cemented as the main event for SummerSlam. Ziggler and Dean Ambrose. So I hope that SmackDown pretty much comes out of the gate swinging like they should have in week 1. They did not. Monday Night Raw needed to do that, but it's going to be more important to watch week 2, week 3, week 4 to see if they can build off what they did so great in the first week. So I like this. Melina coming back to the WWE, bolster the women's roster. The women could always use another helping hand or 4. So I like this move as well. Hopefully we see her very soon and a deal is done with Melina to bring her back to the WWE. And finally, guys, to end this week's part 1 of Off the Script, Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella expected to return to the WWE in September. Nikki Bella has been out of a WWE ring since October, and a lot has happened since then, as everyone is aware. Brie Bella, retired. Daniel Bryan, retired. The WWE Women's Division has been rebranded. No more divas. They are now a women's division. It has been a long, fought road to get where she would learn the future of her wrestling career. She found out in July, but it is now confirmed that we all know that she will be returning to the ring, according to various reports. One from CageSideSeats.com. Nikki Bella has resumed training at the WWE Performance Center this week, but there is still not a solid timetable for her return since she just got back into the ring. However, the expectation going into her training is that she will be missing SummerSlam, but there is no reason to believe that Nikki wouldn't be back in September at some point. Since WWE is now under the brand extension, there is a question of where Nikki Bella would go. There's no question about where she's going to go. On paper, you'd think she'd return as a face, but there is just no way to tell given how much heat she has had in the last year. Seems like Nikki Bella would be a better fit on SmackDown to provide veteran depth to the roster, while also giving Becky Lynch a top heel to work with to build her resume. That's not the reason why she's going to SmackDown. John Cena is on SmackDown. They would never separate John Cena and Nikki Bella. So if John Cena is touring with the WWE, he is going to have Nikki Bella, his girlfriend, touring right beside him. But she's going to SmackDown. Absolutely no question where she's going when she does come back. I will say this about the Bellas. They are cringe. The Bellas were incredibly cringe-worthy, okay? But I do understand that Nikki Bella did get better. She did get better in the ring. She's not going to give you a fucking blow-away match that's going to knock your socks off. But she did get better, and she is a veteran talent that is working hard to get back in the ring. She wants to be back on the road. She wants to build the women's division and make it as strong as possible for the WWE. And she loves doing this. And you got to respect that. I might not be a fan of Nikki Bella. I might not be a fan of Brie Bella or the Bella Twins brand. But what they do and the passion that they exert and show everybody about getting back in the ring and working this hard to get back to normal and get back in the ring. Anybody else, you know, especially a woman in this situation would not be working this hard, you know. Sometimes they just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to end up retiring. It's not worth it anymore. It's not worth putting my body through this anymore. Nikki Bella is doing the opposite. And I believe she has Daniel Bryan training her, and she has John Cena's input on training and her getting right back into the fucking game and doing the things she needs to be doing to get healthy again. Her hard work is fantastic. And I don't like the Bellas. I'm not fucking sitting here and sucking their cock or anything. Listen, you got to appreciate their work ethic. Same thing with John Cena. I'm not a fan of John Cena. I don't like John Cena's character. I am not a fan of John Cena's brand or character. But you got to appreciate the fucking mindset that he has for the business, and you got to appreciate the hard work and the work ethic that this guy puts in. That's all I'm saying. Same thing is showing with Nikki Bella. She could easily say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to take a reduced schedule, I'm going to go to part-time, I'm not going to come back and put my body through all that again. She's working to come back full-time and bolster a division that she cares about. You got to respect that. Nikki Bella expected to return in September. I'll let you guys know if I hear anything about her return. It could be earlier, it could be sooner, but Nikki Bella slated right now. She's at the Performance Center, training with Daniel Bryan, training with John Cena, and she is expected to return to the WWE Women's Division in September. So look forward to that. Thank you guys so much for part one. What I got planned for part two, we got Jeff Hardy. Reasons why Jeff Hardy might not be signed by WWE when his TNA contract expires in early 2017. Yes, there are reports about Jeff Hardy claiming that he wants his final match at WrestleMania with The Undertaker. I would absolutely die to see that, man. I'm sure all you guys want to see the same thing. News on Jeff Hardy this weekend. WWE already planning Bayley versus Sasha Banks for WrestleMania 33. Holy shit. John Cena will be missing the first SmackDown pay-per-view entitled Backlash in September. Come on, bro. SmackDown is already fucking dilapidated like Matt Hardy's boat in the final deletion. You're going to have John Cena miss their first pay-per-view? Holy shit, is that going to be absolutely fucking dreadful for SmackDown. Unbelievable. John Cena missing their first pay-per-view Backlash in September. Backstage heat on Nia Jax after her Monday Night Raw debut. Why? The fuck do I know? Don't know why there would be heat on her. She looked fantastic. WWE fires ZZ. from the Performance Center. Good luck, ZZ. Why and what happened? I'll fill you guys in this weekend. Major problem for Jeff Hardy and a possible return to WWE in early 2017. All this, plus so much more on Off The Script. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Make sure you guys check the description for everything you need. Twitter, YouTube, Barbershop Window, WrestleCrate.com. All the videos you might have missed this week. And the iTunes podcast, as well as Patreon.com/JD from NY206. I will be back on Saturday with part 2 of this very podcast this weekend. Until then, I am JD. You are listening to the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription box right here on YouTube.com. This is Off The Script, and I'll see you guys right back here on Saturday morning. Talk to you later.